Donald Trump loves a trade war. He thinks they're easy to win, but his tariffs have caused chaos in the global economy. These tariffs are like taxes on goods from other countries. Trump slapped them on everything from steel to washing machines. The idea was to protect American jobs, but it's backfired spectacularly. Trump thought other countries would back down. They didn't. Instead, they retaliated with their own tariffs. This tit-for-tat tariff battle has hurt everyone. Businesses are struggling, prices have gone up for ordinary Americans, and the global economy has taken a massive hit. Trump's tariffs were supposed to bring back manufacturing jobs to America, but the opposite has happened. Many factories have closed down, and unemployment has gone up in some areas. It turns out that starting a trade war is a bit more complicated than Trump thought. The numbers are in, and they're not pretty. Trump's trade war has wiped out a staggering $6.4 trillion from the global economy. That's trillion with a T. To put that in perspective, it's more than the entire annual output of the United Kingdom. This economic earthquake is being felt around the world. China, the European Union, and Canada have all been hit hard, but the pain is also being felt here at home. American businesses have lost billions of dollars in sales, and consumers are paying more for everyday goods. This is what happens when you elect a president who thinks he can bully his way to economic success. Trump's tariffs have been a disaster for the global economy, and they've hurt American businesses and consumers in the process. The stock market is a fickle beast. It's easily spooked by uncertainty and bad news, and right now it's got a bad case of the jitters. Trump's trade war has sent shockwaves through global markets. Investors are running scared, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average has plummeted. The market crash is a clear sign that investors have lost confidence in Trump's ability to manage the economy. They see the trade war for what it is, a reckless gamble that has backfired spectacularly, and they're worried about the long-term consequences for the American economy. The market turmoil is just the latest sign that Trump's economic policies are failing. His tariffs have hurt American businesses, raised prices for consumers, and now they're dragging down the stock market. It's time for Trump to admit he made a mistake and end this trade war before it does any more damage. For years, Fox News has been Trump's most loyal media ally. They've parroted his talking points, defended his every move, and attacked his critics with gusto. But even Fox News can't ignore reality forever. The network's coverage of Trump has shifted noticeably in recent weeks. They're no longer giving him a free pass. Fox News anchors are starting to ask tough questions about the trade war. They're interviewing economists who are critical of Trump's policies, and they're even airing segments that are sympathetic to China's position. This is a major departure for a network that has been accused of being state-run media for the Trump administration. It's unclear what's behind Fox News' change of heart. Perhaps they're finally realizing that Trump's trade war is hurting their viewers. Or maybe they're just trying to distance themselves from a sinking ship. Whatever the reason, Fox News' shift in coverage is a sign that the tide is turning against Trump. Section 5. Kellyanne's last stand, a loyal defense. Kellyanne Conway, Trump's long-suffering counselor, has always been a loyal soldier. She's defended the indefensible time and time again, and, well, she's not backing down now. In a recent appearance on Fox News, Conway doubled down on Trump's trade war. She claimed it was working beautifully, and that any pain being felt by Americans was just short-term pain for long-term gain. Conway's comments were met with skepticism by the Fox News anchors, who pointed out that the evidence suggested otherwise. But Conway stuck to her guns, insisting that Trump's tariffs were necessary to protect American jobs and businesses. It's hard to know whether Conway actually believes what she's saying. She's a master of spin, and she's always willing to put a positive spin on even the most disastrous of situations. But her increasingly desperate attempts to defend Trump's trade war suggest that even she is starting to have doubts. Section 6. Musk and Trump, a dubious alliance. Elon Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is a strange bedfellow for Donald Trump. Musk is a tech visionary who wants to colonize Mars. Trump is a reality TV star who can barely operate a smartphone. But the two men have struck up an unlikely alliance in recent years. Musk has been a vocal critic of Trump's tariffs on China. Tesla, which manufactures cars in China, has been hit hard by the trade war. But Musk has also praised Trump for his deregulation efforts and his support for the space industry. Musk's relationship with Trump is a reminder that even the most brilliant minds can be blinded by ideology. Musk's support for Trump's economic policies is baffling, given the damage they've done to his own company. It seems that even the smartest people can be fooled by a con man like Trump. Section 7. Stranded in space political football? In a bizarre twist of the ongoing Trump saga, 2 American astronauts found themselves stranded on the International Space Station earlier this year. This unexpected situation quickly became a focal point of political debate and media frenzy. The astronauts, Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore, were supposed to return to Earth after an 8-day mission. However, their routine mission turned into an extended stay in space. But their return was delayed for months due to problems with Boeing's Starliner spacecraft. The technical issues were more complex than initially reported, causing significant delays. Trump and his allies seized on the astronauts' plight, accusing the Biden administration of abandoning them in space. They used this narrative to fuel their ongoing political battles. Trump even claimed that he had personally directed Elon Musk to rescue the astronauts. This claim, however, was met with skepticism and raised many eyebrows. But NASA insisted that the delay was due to technical difficulties and that the astronauts were never in any danger. They emphasized that safety protocols were always in place. The stranded astronauts became a political football, with Trump and his supporters using their plight to score points against the Biden administration. The situation was heavily politicized. The truth, as always, was more complicated. The technical issues were genuine and the astronauts were well taken care of during their extended stay. But the incident highlighted the extent to which Trump is willing to exploit any situation, even one involving the lives of American heroes, for his own political gain. It was a stark reminder of how space missions can become entangled in earthly politics. Section 8. Public outcry and media frenzy. The fallout continues. The fallout from Trump's trade war continues to reverberate across America. The public is angry and their frustration is palpable. The media is in a frenzy, covering every angle of the unfolding crisis. Even Trump's allies are starting to distance themselves from his disastrous economic policies, recognizing the growing discontent among their constituents. Protests have erupted in cities across the country, with farmers, factory workers, and ordinary consumers all voicing their anger at Trump's tariffs. The tariffs, which were supposed to protect American jobs, are instead causing widespread economic pain. The media, meanwhile, is having a field day covering the economic carnage, with round-the-clock reports and special segments. Newspapers are filled with stories about businesses going bankrupt, workers being laid off, and prices soaring, painting a grim picture of the nation's economic health. And cable news channels are running wall-to-wall coverage of the market crash, analyzing every detail and its implications. The growing public anger over Trump's trade war is evident in the streets and on social media, where people are voicing their frustrations. The public outcry over Trump's trade war is a sign that the American people are not as easily fooled as he might think. They are demanding answers and accountability. They're starting to see through his lies and his empty promises, realizing the true impact of his policies, and they're starting to realize that his policies are hurting them, not helping them. The fallout is far from over, and the American people are making their voices heard. Section 9. Trump's tarnished legacy, a presidency adrift. It's too early to say for sure what the long-term consequences of Trump's trade war will be. The economic landscape has been significantly altered, and the ripple effects are still being felt across various sectors. But one thing is clear: it will leave a lasting stain on his legacy. The divisions it has sown domestically and internationally are profound. Trump came into office promising to be the greatest deal maker in history. He boasted of his ability to negotiate and bring prosperity, but his trade war has been a disaster from start to finish. He's alienated America's allies, damaged the global economy, and created uncertainty in markets, and hurt American businesses and consumers in the process. The promises of economic revival have turned into a series of setbacks. It's a record of failure that will be difficult to erase. The impact on small businesses and local economies has been particularly severe. The trade war is just one of many self-inflicted wounds that Trump has inflicted on his presidency. His approach has often been erratic and counterproductive. From the Muslim travel ban, which sparked widespread protests and legal challenges, to the separation of families at the border, a policy that drew international condemnation and humanitarian outcry, to his impeachment by the House of Representatives, a historic and divisive moment in American politics, Trump has lurched from one crisis to another. His administration has been marked by chaos and controversy. He has shown himself to be unfit for office, both temperamentally and intellectually. His decisions have often been impulsive and poorly thought out, and his presidency will be remembered as a cautionary tale about the dangers of electing a demagogue. The lessons from this period will be studied for generations to come.